Memorial Blood Center's officials say the blood supply is significantly low. Reporter Sonia Goen shows us why, and a note about this story too. We recorded the video pre-pandemic, so you won't see any people masked in this video. Masks are now required at all donor locations.
It is dangerously low, not only locally, but it's a national problem.
Memorial Blood Center say they like to keep about 5 to 7 days worth of blood on hand, but the supply is currently under that.
It's a consistent and becoming a chronic problem that we're not having enough blood to make us feel secure, or our hospitals to feel secure in the amount of blood that's on hand.
Phil says Memorial Blood Centers can't hold community blood drives as often as they usually do because of the pandemic. In the past, they collected about 50% of blood donations through community blood drives.
The COVID-19 pandemic has severely affected our ability to be out in the community. Going to businesses where people are working remotely is not conducive to collecting blood at an office or a business.
And they often hold blood drives at schools, but that's a challenge with COVID-19 restrictions.
Access has been restricted at schools and students are there less often.
And on top of all of that, the organization is also dealing with staffing shortages with many people out with COVID-19.
We have 6 donor centers that we're trying to keep open and expand hours so we can accommodate as many donors as possible. And staffing those has been a challenge.
Because of those shortages, Memorial Blood Centers now ask donors to make an appointment, not just walk in. It's an appointment that could make all the difference to someone that needs blood.
We can use both new donors, people who've not tried donating before, and for individuals who've donated in the past to remind them to come in again.
Sonia Goins, CCX News.
Today we have a story of a business that is fueled by faith. Back in 1912, a family bought a farm off of what is now Broadway Avenue in Robbinsdale. They opened a print shop. Now the farmland is gone, but the print shop remains. We bring you the story of the Osterhus family and the shop they call a lighthouse for the community.
I am going to imprint a name on a Bible. It's one of our services that we offer free when you buy the Bible here, so everybody loves that.
Here at Osterhus Printing and Bookstore in Robbinsdale, hundreds, if not thousands of names have been stamped on the covers of Bibles over the years.
We have a name.
Bookstore manager Rhonda Harmon has stamped many of them herself.
People probably almost every week, either they say, I drive by here all the time, but I've never stopped in, so they'll just stop in, or they've Googled us and our name has come up.
It's one of the few remaining locally run Christian bookstores in the Twin Cities.
That's another thing that we hear every week. We're so glad you're still here. Every week we hear that from customers.
But operating during a pandemic on top of a rapidly changing industry with growing online competition has been hard.
We cannot survive if we would cut our prices to Amazon prices.
David Osterhus has a word for what it's been like.
Struggling.
He'll be 89 next month and has been a bookkeeper at the family business since retiring from the missionary field.
We need more customers to be able to generate the income necessary to cover all the expenses.
And the situation just got a little more difficult.
We called him Dan. You know, sometimes I called him Danny or Dano, or his nickname was Dangerous Dan too. He was a real funny guy. Dan Osterhus, the man described as the heart and soul of the print shop, died in December. We thought that he would, I think, make it through COVID, you know, because I got sick as well, and he got sick, but...
Brandon Kidder shared an office with Dan.
He truly impacted everyone that met him. You know, this was his heart, this was his life. It meant so much to him.
So the looming question now is what's next?
Locally, the Osterhuses have been here for so many years, and this is their heart. They love the community, they love serving the community, and this is a special place. It's a lighthouse.
I think that we're definitely a lighthouse for the community, which is why we have a lighthouse in the front yard.
Weathering the storm is something the Osterhus family has done before.
It's been amazing to see how God has supplied and provided when all other bookstores around there have been closing down.
Fueled by faith, they believe they'll continue to shine as long as they are needed.
I think that we serve a purpose here, and I don't think God's finished with us yet, so we'll see.
If you Google Christian bookstore, you'll only get 2 in the western suburbs. There's one in Chanhassen and Osterhus bookstore in Robbinsdale. If you're tired of the gray colors of winter, Neil Persley shows us there are some colorful works to take in down at the Robbin Gallery.
As we move through January, believe it or not, the days are getting longer. But should you feel the winter blues bumming you out, Robbin Gallery has a bright and vibrant exhibition called Holding Light. It's a two-artist show by Mary Simon Casati and Emily Quandal. Their styles are different, and you'll be able to differentiate between the two as you go along. Emily Quandal is an abstract artist and muralist. Her artist statement for the show says, "As an artist, my work visualizes the experience of learning through practice and all of the chaotic energy that comes with it. I find harmony between sharp lines and organic, unplanned movement, in which there are layers of imperfection and experience underneath what makes it to the gallery walls. Through my work, I aim to create an immersive experience for the viewer to see the world through my artistic learning lens, finding comfort and curiosity in the light I see." Also displaying work is Mary Simon Casati. Simon Casati said in her artist statement, "I create mixed media paintings and installations by distilling and abstracting fleeting experiences that are not easily defined but sensed, using paint, paper, wood, glass, light, shadow, and handmade tools. My work implies a place, holds an experience, and draws attention to the complexity of unseen forces." For Weekend Showcase, Neil Persley, CCX News.